Okay, good evening, Patriots. This is the American Freedom Fighters. I'm Tony D here. Sorry I'm a little late. I'm having some minor difficulties. Um, but that's okay. Hopefully it'll work itself out. I know we're getting nailed by the coronal mass ejections right now, and could be a reason why I'm having some slight internet issues. Anyway, please subscribe, like, and share to this channel. You can go to the website, AmericanFreedomFighters.net. I am going to go to, well, I see I only have one dot for a connection internet wise, which is, it's basically normal for Google and YouTube. They want to, they want to throttle me right off the bat because of the name of my channel, American Freedom Fighters. They're good at that. You know how that goes, people. Anytime you want to get information to the public and they don't want you to get that information to the public, they throttle you or they make it so that they find a way to give you a strike or any good thing like that. So, and as I said, of course, sure, my signal goes ahead, increases almost to full bars. Oh, now it's full bars. See, you have to complain. Otherwise, it can go on forever. All right. I'm going to go and share the site of the People's Convoy and show you what they're doing right now, which they are en route to California back from Washington, D.C. They were at the Hagerstown Motor Speedway, and they have a bunch of trucks in convoy, trucks, trailers, cars, you name it, motorcycles, everything, that are heading to California. California has 18 bill mandates that they're trying to put against the people in California. And this is why I am going to go to that site and I'll show you what we're talking about here. Let me put my second pair of eyeballs on here and we'll get to this. Let's see here. All right. Now here we are at the People's Convoy site. And to let you know, you can get general information and text alerts from the convoy right here at the top on the right side here. Text the word convoy to 313131. The People's Convoy is heading to California. Now, I said 18 bills. Well, here's 10 right here alone that the people must oppose. Excuse me. Here's the one bill, SB 871. Add CV-19 injections to list of immunizations for public and private school, regardless of FDA approval. No parental based is necessary. Very rare ME. AB 2098 classifies anti-COVID medical opinion as unprofessional conduct, subject to discipline by the Medicare board. So you can't even talk about it without getting arrested. SB 866 lowers the age of the vax consent to 12 years old without parental consent or knowledge. That is wrong. SB 920 authorizes the medical board to inspect the doctor's office and medical records without a patient's consent. That is illegal. SB 1464 requires law enforcement to enforce public health guidelines or lose their funding. That is against our constitutional rights. SB 1479 requires schools to create long-term testing plans and report test reports to the CDPH. That is against our humanitarian rights. SB 1390 prohibits any person, entity from making statements, government claims, untrue or misleading by any means, including on internet ads. That's going against your First Amendment rights. Excuse me once again. SB 1184 authorizes school health personnel to disclose child's medical information without parents' consent to a third party. That is illegal because any information is between doctor and patient only. It is against the law for them to share any information without parental consent. AB 1797 creates an immunization tracking system giving all government agencies access to vax records of all persons. That's against your Privacy Act right there. That's against our constitutional rights. AB 1993 requires proof of CV-19 vax for all employees and independent contractors to work in the state of California. People, I see a big, gigantic lawsuit here. And of course, these universally dangerous bills are about to be voted on in the California legislature. If passed, these bills will change everything for people who want to live, work, and learn in the state of California while exercising their right to medical freedom. If passed, these bills set the stage for other states to introduce similar laws. We know that what starts in California spreads to other blue and purple states, and potentially at a federal level, this affects everyone. Share with as many people as you can. Make sure they understand that this could happen, and start calling your representatives. For more details on how to take action, please visit www.unityproject.com. Now, going further into this site here, right now they are currently en route to southern New Mexico State Fair and Rodeo Grounds. And you can watch live events on any of these channels here. These guys are YouTube channels, have Facebook as well as Linktree, I guess. If you need to contact anyone in the People's Convoy, go right here to the People's Convoy at protonmail.com. Now, if you need any more information, which it says scroll down to view our latest press releases, you can see the convoy participants meeting at 6:00 p.m. That's tomorrow. Well, here's tomorrow here. And like they say, we will be staying at the Southern New Mexico State Fair and Rodeo Grounds tonight. They want zero issues, so we are kindly asking everyone on the grounds to refrain from drinking alcohol, no disrespecting the property, and clean up all trash. There are no facilities for us to use, but there is a Love's truck stop nearby. This is an overnight rest stop, and we'll roll out in the morning. And here it shows your directions on where they are leaving and where they are heading. and so on and so forth. This also talks about their fuel slips, gas receipts, things like that, so they get reimbursed when they fill up. And they talk about the safety and if they encounter any illegal activity and who to contact. All these things are very important for people to know. And then, of course, you can go down here to the donations and all this other stuff. It's time to end the declaration of the national emergency concerning the COVID-19 pandemic and restore our nation's Constitution. I could not agree more. And you can also watch this live video. I'm not going to play it now, but you can watch this live video of the convoy with them today. And as you can see, people all over, hundreds of cars all lined up along the highways and everything else, both sides of the bridges. Look at this. People all over the place supporting this convoy. We should all be supporting it ourselves. This is the truckers' declaration I wanted to read because the same goes for this channel. We, the people of the United States, in order to restore our once perfect union, reestablish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense of all, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty, do ordain and establish the restoration movement of the People's Convoy for the United States of America. We demand the declaration of national emergency concerning the COVID-19 pandemic be lifted immediately and our cherished Constitution reign supreme. We are the people of the United States of America, and we stand together under the banner of freedom. Freedom is the one thing that unites us all. Liberty flows through all of our veins. And who we are. And the same goes for this site and channel as well. My website, theamericanfreedomfighters.net, as well as this YouTube channel, American Freedom Fighters. Who we are. We are truckers, moms, students, nurses, doctors, investors, county workers, teachers, cowboys, loggers, engineers, sanitation workers, professors, cashiers, flight attendants, pilots, sales reps, physical therapists. We are fathers, mothers, sisters, brothers, married, single, divorced, separated, gay, straight. We are black, white, Asian, Native American. We are immigrant, natives. We are nonpartisan. We are citizens of the free world. To our elected officials that believe they rule us, you work for us. Our Constitution was written to provide enough power to act on a national level, but not enough to deprive the people of fundamental rights. The people are prepared to see this challenge through, as we have seen through all challenges to our freedom in the past, and we will prevail and prosper. To our brave and courageous neighbors to the north, our Canadian brothers and sisters who led the charge, we join your call to freedom with the People's Convoy. Let the golden light of liberty burn bright. Let freedom roll. You can also go ahead and click on this here, and you can sign the declaration, whether you're a supporter or a truck driver, to be getting and receiving emails from the People's Convoy. And as you can see, they have many other sites that you could follow them on right here on these sites, as well as on this channel when I'm able to get on here. All right. So I wanted to get this information out to everyone. These are things that are very important. So you might want to check into that. Okay. All right. Now to get back to me here in Florida. We've had some very windy weather here, some rainy weather here the past couple of days. And I want to let you people know that we've been warned. We have been getting warned, and I have been warning others on One Liberty, One Freedom channel, as well as here on this channel. People, purchase your food and building supplies. You must get these items now. As a matter of fact, tomorrow I'm doing a big grocery haul for myself. Prices are going to go sky high within another week or two. They're already 30 to 50%, no, 20 to 50% higher in Germany. We're next in line. We've already been getting reports that they're already raising the prices of food here. And we were told at the end of March, excuse me, I had to think a little bit. A couple of weeks ago in March, we were warned that the first week or two of April, the prices of foods, some major companies were going to be raising their prices 20 to 50%. Well, guess what? We are now in the first week of April. Next week, those prices can double or triple. The same goes with your gasoline for your vehicles. Same with your diesel fuel. Everything is going to go up 20 to 50%. You can't keep putting this stuff off, procrastinating and saying, oh, I'll be okay. It'll be fine. Things will be back to normal in a couple of months. No, they're not. We're talking a 1 to 5 year problem we have here. Just because we live in the United States of America does not mean that we will not have any problems here in America. We're already having shortages throughout stores across the country. We also have truckers that can no longer afford to put fuel in their trucks. Some are owner operators, and those mostly, you're talking 20% of the truckers that are owner operators that will not be driving after this coming week. Excuse me. I'm hacking a little more now because I have not had a cigarette in a while. And all that crap is coming out of my lungs, just to let you know. But since these owner operators can't afford to put fuel in their tractor trailers, they're sitting home. They're going nowhere. They cannot afford to pay mileage tax, let alone fuel for their trucks, plus the money they have to put out for the permits to haul goods in these trailers. Now, your bigger companies, they're starting to have the same situation. They can no longer provide their drivers with a decent pay and have their trucks filled up with diesel fuel. These truckers are making the same amount of money per load as they did back when I drove over the road back in 1994. And that averages 75 cents a mile. Now, with fuel prices over $5.25 a gallon, heck, in my area right now, diesel fuel. With diesel fuel at those prices, there's no way that you can make enough money at 75 cents a mile to cover your expenses. Will there be a trucker strike? More than likely, yes, there will be. And I see it coming very soon, possibly by the end of this month, if not sooner. We are in a SHTF situation right now. Now, a lot of people don't realize how bad our situation really is. And you cannot blame Russia or China for the problems we're having here in the United States. It's all due to one man. That one man that was installed into our government is Joe Biden. He's not my president. I did not vote for him. But I must say, the first day that he was installed into our government as a president, what has he done to we, the American people of the United States? The very people that pay taxes, that pay their salaries. Oh, he cut the XL pipeline to stop running. He cut the coal mines to stop producing coal. He stopped the gas lines from pushing out the propane. He also cut major gas lines that provide natural gas to homes. They also stopped another pipeline going from Michigan to Canada. That is not the XL pipeline. So he continued to do all of this. What was another thing that he has done for we, the American people? Well, let me think. It doesn't have to go too far deep into my mind. They stopped unloading the container ships off the California coast and the ports. You're talking well over 150 container ships that have been sitting out there for over a year now. He stated to the American people, we the people, he would get people on there, on them ports, and unload those ships 24/7. That hasn't happened. They're lucky if they can get a one shift crew to work because of those so called mandates they have in California. Now, a little bit of relief has been coming to us here in the United States. My good old governor here in the state of Florida has mentioned to these container ships go through south, through Mexico, come through the channels down there, and come to the port of Tampa, and we will gladly unload those container ships so that we can get the goods moved. Now, I'd hate to wonder how many of those container ships have produce, meat, vegetables, many other items besides computer chips for cars. The plants are now sitting idle because they don't have the components from Taiwan. So yes, you fell asleep at the wheel. Now your own Democratic Party, the administration itself, is all wondering if they made a mistake or not. Well, I would suggest that, of course, they made a big mistake. They installed someone who isn't worthy of being a governmental official. You should have let him go into retirement. Now, who is he hurting? Well, he's hurting your Democratic administration, and he's hurting the American people. The same people who were very happy to work and work hard under President Donald Trump. Well, we could see a happy future, where we could see the possibility of the American dream returning. We had low energy costs, no electric costs. low gas costs, low food costs, only to get this bozo and install him as being a president. He wasn't worthy to be a page in Congress. You might have seen just the other night where his own crony news media are mocking him right now. He was going to do a speech the other day, and goofball Obama was getting more recognition than Joe Biden. Joe Biden had his arm on Barack's shoulder and called him, "Hey, Barack, Barack, Barack," and Obama was like, "Oh yeah, how you doing?" Hey, totally ignoring Bozo Joe. Well, there's another man who did the same thing to the United States. What did they do when Obama and Biden were president and vice president? They just about bankrupt the American people. They bailed out the stock market. They bailed out all these car manufacturers. They bailed out all big money businesses. But they left the American people to starve. Now you have old Bummer that thinks he's better than everybody else now. Now you have Bozo Biden in office who's shut everything down, including people's jobs. Oh, he bragged about 6 million people getting jobs, the fastest growth in history of the United States. Sorry, you're wrong, Bozo Joe. Donald Trump did that. You didn't do nothing. You may have gotten maybe 600,000 people that got jobs. But how about the 11 million that lost their homes, lost their apartments? How about the other 116 million that lost their jobs because of these bozo mandates that you have put into effect? And there's many, many more that are going to lose their jobs because now there's not enough people at these manufacturing plants to work. With your so-called mandates, where companies that have over 100 people or more, they have to follow your company mandate policies. That's not working out too good for the American people, Joe. Now you got a lot of liberals who sit back and say, "Oh, that's okay. I'll stay home. I'll collect my unemployment, or play games in my mama's basement." You people don't care, but you don't know what's going to happen to us if you don't start caring. There's people like me and a half a dozen other people in the United States. You're talking 360 million people in the United States, give or take a few million that are liberals that don't care what happens. But I'll tell you what, I would guarantee that you have 300 million people here in the United States that want our freedoms back. We want our constitutional rights back. We want our amendment rights back. We do not want to live under any government rule or dictatorship. United we stand. Divided we will fall. It's not the division between the people. It's the division between the government that is causing the division amongst the people. You better get your items now, as I have specified earlier. Buy that food. Buy your meats. Can your meats. Dehydrate your meats. Freeze dry those meats if you have a freeze dryer. Same thing with your vegetables. Dehydrate those vegetables. Can those vegetables or freeze dry them. We're running into a very, very dangerous situation here in the United States. I suggest that you get the supplies you need for building materials. I would suggest that you stock up on gas before the prices go up 30 to 50% more within the next couple weeks. Now, for those of you that have watched One Liberty, One Freedom, my other channel, and the channels I had previously to that, Nomad Prepper and Nomad Prepper 1, I had been talking about these exact things for well over a year now, telling you people to stock up on these items. Well over a year now. A lot of yous have procrastinated and kept on saying, oh, I'll be okay, nothing's going to happen. We're already 30 to 50% higher than what the prices were in 2019. Now we're about to go another 30 to 50% higher in another 2 weeks. So if you don't think prices are high now, wait another 2 or 3 more weeks. You're going to wish you got these items now. Just in the last 2 weeks, I have watched a can of canned meat go from $1.85 to $2.57 to now $3.68 a can, and that's a chicken breast can size of roast beef for $3.68 a can now, when it was $1.87 less than 6 months ago. Eggs, eggs are getting outrageous now too. How about your meats? Well, they're very high, and they're going to go up a lot more. I suggest that if you can afford to, buy those meats now within another week or two, because after that, guess what? You're not going to be able to afford to buy any meats. This is what our government wants. They want to brainwash you. They want to push you to go without meats. They're raising the prices so high that the only ones that will be eating steak, chicken, and pork is going to be these elites, these millionaires. This is all part of their New World Order, World Economic Forum's agenda. If you do not believe me, go ahead and do your own research. Go to the World Economic Forum's internet site. You can watch videos how they can make your 3D printed meat. They're already selling fake chicken nuggets at McDonald's and Kentucky Fried Chicken. They're already selling at Aldi's a product they call Beyond Meat, which is 3D printed meat. Oh, and I can't forget that when I was at a Publix supermarket last month, they had 1 pound packages of what looked like was ground beef. Same kind of packages your grass-fed ground beef comes in. I grabbed one because I wanted to see the price of the grass-fed hamburger. I picked up the wrong package. It was actually 3D printed meat. I took that and I threw it back. Oh, hell no. Well, there was a woman behind me. She went to grab that same package. I go, that's not grass-fed beef. Oh, well, that's what I'm looking for. I says, that's not it. Well, what is that? I says, 3D printed meat. She goes, get out of here. She went ahead and she grabbed it. She ready to go, oh my God. I go, yeah, how do you like that, huh? I says, I won't touch it. She goes, oh, I don't either. I says, for all you know, it could be human meat. How do you like them bones, huh? Or bone chips that you might even have in there. Excuse me. Like I say, people, we're getting into dangerous situations here. Are you ready to go into a survival situation? Do you have parts for your vehicles? Do you have batteries for your vehicles? If your vehicle has a battery that's a year and a half or a year and a half old, I would suggest you buy a new battery and put it away. I would suggest getting spare brake pads if you can find them. Spark plugs for your vehicles, your lawnmower machines, motorcycles, lawnmowers, all these things that need spark plugs. I suggest you get spark plugs for those items. Do you have air filters for your vehicle? How about gas filters for your vehicles? Do you have antifreeze for your vehicles? How about motor oil and filter for your vehicles? Do you have batteries for the items in your house? 9-volt batteries, AAA batteries, AA batteries, C batteries, D batteries, 6-volt batteries, hearing aid batteries. Excuse me. There's many things that you better get now. Do you have duct tape? May I suggest Gorilla Tape? It's the best, the stickiest, and strongest. Duct tape is good, but it's not like it used to be when it came out. When it first came out years ago, it was just a sticky. Excuse me, you got a fruit fly flying around here or something. But years ago, duct tape used to be as sticky as the Gorilla Tape. Now the Gorilla Tape, you can't beat it. There's nothing else stronger and stickier than this stuff, I'll tell you. What do you have for tarps? Now, with this, excuse me, with this Russia-Ukraine ordeal and the threats of a nuclear war, do you have paint tarps and tape to tape off rooms? A contamination room separate, a separate room in your home where you can take your clothes off, shower, get cleaned up before you go into the house so you don't get anyone else sick from the radiation that may be on your body. Do you have radiation suits? Do you have potassium iodide to protect yourself from radiated food that you may eat and keep you from dying? Do you have gasoline? Do you have kerosene lamps? And kerosene for those kerosene lamps. If we go in a grid down situation, you're going to need some kind of light. And if it gets cold, at least a kerosene lamp puts off a minimum of 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Just one. Do you have candles, flashlights, a weather radio? Do you have ham radios, say a Baofeng, CB radios, walkie talkies? Because if the grid goes down, this is no longer going to work. So, what are you going to do to communicate? Do you know people's phone numbers that have landline phones to call one landline phone to another? And do they have the old rotary dial phones so that they can communicate? Because if they don't have a rotary dial phone and they have a, say, electrical connected phone, a portable that you can walk around on that operates on batteries, and you put it on the charger. Well, they could have a landline phone, but guess what? If the grid goes down, that phone won't work. It's not supplying any power to that cordless phone. This is why you have to have the rotary dialed phones connected to that landline phone. Like I say, people, you need to stock up on items because if everything takes a turn for the worst, I mean, we're already in an SHTF situation. Once they get a lot worse, what you have is all that you're going to have. Do you have spare medicines backed up? Did you get a 90-day supply of your medication from your doctor? If not, I suggest you do it now. You need to get these items now because, like I have stated, if the grid goes down or we lose the internet, we're getting hammered by these coronal mass ejections every day here for the past week. Our system could get fried. If that happens, we're done. I watched a video earlier today from Pinball Preparedness. He had talked about our electrical grid, and he had stated that the United States electrical grid is not in too good a shape. If we get hit with enough thunderstorms throughout the country, we do not have enough transformers in the United States to keep our electric grid up and running. Once they run out of these transformers, we're done. We will be without power. So what do you have for power? Do you have generators? Do you have enough gas to run that generator? You can also buy the adapters so that your gas generator, can run on gas as well as propane. If you can get those items now, I suggest you get them now so you can get it delivered by, say, next week. How much propane do you have stocked up? How many of those 1-pound tanks do you have to run your little 3-burner grill? I warned people before to get the white gas Coleman 3-burner stoves, but everybody wants those propanes. They don't believe that the white gas is good enough when they've been working for years. Older than I am, years. I've had one of those white gas Coleman 3-burner stoves, and I used that stove for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And and after a year, I still had a half a gallon of white gas. That thing ran forever. If you have 2-gallon cans of white gas, you could actually last and cook your food for a minimum of 4 years. So I hope you're prepared. Like I stated, I hope you have a generator. As for myself, I have 2 gas generators plus solar. I have a 24-volt, 1,000-watt solar system with lithium batteries. I also have a 2,000-watt inverter that I can hook up to my car battery or RV 12-volt battery. They'll also give me enough power to run the items I need. I hope all you people are acknowledging all this, and I hope you're ready for what's to come. I want to ask you to please go to my website, AmericanFreedomFighters.net. On that site, you can go to where it states Second Amendment rights down at the bottom of that page. And that will take you to sites where you can purchase survival items, whether it be solar, radios, nutritional foods, as well as protections. People, you need to wake up. You need to get these things now. Time waits for no one. And like I say, united we stand, divided we fall. So, everyone out there, I'm going to let it go for tonight. My internet has been jumping up and down. I'm not even sure how this live stream is coming out tonight. But join me Friday evening on One Liberty, One Freedom. I have a list of medical items that people should be getting for a SHTF situation. We're already in an SHTF situation. But this medical list is pretty detailed. One day I went through a detailed list of things that are non food items to get. Last Friday, I did a video on food items that are a must to get in your home. These items will no longer be available very shortly. Very sad, but very true. Once again, history will repeat itself. Once again, a revolutionary war against we the people, against our government, will ensue. Like I say, people, united we stand, divided we fall. Work with each other. Get your friends, family, get them together. Make arrangements now. Get your MAG together, your mutual assistance group, which is what MAG stands for. Get your people together now. Make your arrangements now. Get your items now. Your boomsticks, your freedom seeds. Get them all now. Yes, they're expensive, but now's the time to get them. Otherwise, what you have is all you're going to have. You will not be getting any more. Get it now, or you're done with getting anything at all within a few weeks. On that note, I pray for everybody around the world. I pray for everyone here in America. God love you all. God bless America. Take care, people. Pray up, prep up, get everything in order. God bless you all. Get the items you need now. Like I say, it's better to have and not need than to need and not have. We'll see you all next Wednesday at 6 p.m. This is Tony D with the American Freedom Fighters. Good night, all. It's time that we fight for our freedom. Good night and take care.